So Susie, another week, another important win in the bag last week, and you must have been impressed with the performance that you set the guys a bit of a challenge to with obviously finishing off moves.
Yeah, it was a good result against Darlington. It's gave us a chance to blood a few players, and they got a first experience of the Premiership, which was just brilliant. So we had 3 academy players out there. So that's a real, really important step in itself. Lou obviously scored 4 tries, set a record for the club, which again is brilliant. So lots of milestones going on. But we were putting some attacking shape together that we haven't quite put together. Obviously, you've got to consider who was in front of us, but actually that will give the girls confidence to go into Wasps and be able to attack in the way they did. So all in all, a good day out it was.
And indeed, a strong performance from the forwards as well, which opened up the spaces out there for the backs.
Yeah, of course it does. Our forwards have been consistently excellent, and they do it every single week, which is brilliant. And we've been fortunate enough to not suffer too many injuries or abstractions in the forwards, which always helps in terms of continuity. So yeah, they get us on the front foot, obviously, and then we've managed to score a few backs tries, where in previous weeks we've been scoring pick and drives and stuff, which I hate. But obviously I love scoring tries. But it was really good to be able to get outside backs on the ball. I couldn't believe Merrin had not scored before last weekend. She scored 2, and Gabby Cantona scored her first try. So the girls are feeling good, they're feeling confident, they're in a good place, and they're really excited to get on the road to Wasps.
And looking on to the weekend, Wasps is going to be a huge battle, one that could define the season as well.
Yeah, of course it could. And that's, we want these big games. Saturday was what it was. This Saturday coming is very, very different. Wasps were outstanding against Saracens. They're probably the form team in the league, but just have come out on the wrong side of a couple of score lines. Like the week before against Quins, they were unlucky. So, yeah, we know what we're up against on Saturday. We've planned for it. We've prepped really well. We've got some players back who've been away. And as I said, the girls are really up for it. When they came here, it came down to one miscued kick, and Ellie Kildun, scores a wonder try. So, we know it's going to be as tight as that on Saturday. And we're looking forward to a really good encounter.
And obviously news this week about the Women's World Cup will in fact have maybe given you a few little advantages where we might not have had it before, but it must be disappointing for you to see the girls obviously not being able to take part in that this year.
And we were in training on Tuesday, finished training, and everyone read their phones, and there's a lot of disappointment around, not from England players on our behalf, but Canadians, Japanese, Americans, etc. They're disappointed, but they recognise the reasons why, and the importance of it being a safe tournament, or as safe as it possibly can be, and keeping the players safe. Also, from that respect, teams have got to be able to prep, and a lot of teams are just not able to prep at the moment. Some of them haven't even qualified for the World Cup, so it was never going to be an even playing field if we played in October. And finally, it needs to be a spectacle, because our game is growing at a rapid rate of knots, and people need to be able to watch, and you wanted it to be a spectacle. So for all those reasons, people understand, but it's not. We're all humans, so the girls are disappointed. However, they're so brilliant, they just get on to the next job, which is Wasps. So yeah, disappointments, but actually, what comes next.
And talking to selections, obviously we saw some new faces last week. Who are we expecting to see out back on the pitch this week? Well,
you can see a change positional, which will be Kate Zachary at 13. A couple of reasons. As I said, we've got very strong forwards. Linda's back. So actually, can we squeeze 9 very good forwards into 8 shirts? No, we can't. And we're missing out on a 13 at the moment because of injuries. So, Kate's very quick. She's very able. She's a really good defender, and she's a good carrier. So actually, transferring skill sets from 7 to centre field, that's okay. So Kate's going to move out there, at least for the start of the game. The Spanish are back, which is brilliant. Again, disappointment because they were due to play a qualifier, but actually they've flown in this morning, so we'll include them, and I'll come off the bench and no doubt make a difference. Apart from that, very much same faces in same shirts for the majority, which again, continuity-wise, is very, very good. Flo Robinson's been outstanding. She's been in England camp for a couple of weeks now, so she's gaining confidence, but also gaining experience alongside rubbing shoulders with the very finest of the England players. So, everything is very, very positive. Every week is different, as we know. Wasps is a huge game. every game's a huge game from now on in. So, you know, we'll take Saturday and we'll, as I said, we've prepped really well. And then, you know, we'll see what happens.